Hello students, today we are starting with our new topic of grammar, that is active and passive voice. Okay, now this topic is directly connected with tenses. Fine, so before coming on to this topic, make sure that you have learned tenses, each and every tense format very well, and you know it by heartedly. Otherwise it would be difficult for you to solve the question of active and passive voice. Same way, one more topic is that is direct and indirect topic, that is also directly connected with tenses. If you don't know the topic tenses, then you won't be able to solve the questions of this topic as well as direct and indirect speech. Okay, so before coming to this topic, before seeing this video, please go and revise tenses once again and then you resume this video. Okay, so let us begin with active and passive voice, and let me explain you that what active and passive voice means and how to convert active voice into passive voice and passive voice into active voice. Now, before coming to the topic, I will be elaborating each and everything very nicely, very slowly by giving easy examples. And if you will be staying with me this entire video, then I assure you that you will be able to solve basic question of active and passive voice, because there are many rules in active and passive voice which we won't be covering in this video lesson, that we will be covering in some other video lesson. Okay, so here we are just going to see the basic of how you have to, what is active and passive voice, and how you have to convert active voice into passive and passive voice into active. So let us start. Now, before directly coming on to active and passive voice, there are few terms which are related to this topic. Okay, to this topic. So before coming to directly on direct active and passive voice, first we will be clearing these few terms which are related to this topic. Okay, now let us see what are these terms. Let me just revise for you once. Now, number one is subject and predicate. Subject and predicate. Now, what is subject and predicate? Okay, now example. Let me give you one example, short example. That is, she eats an apple. Okay, she eats an apple. Now, subject. What is subject? Subject is of whom you are talking in the sentence. Now, this is the sentence. In the sentence of whom you are talking, sentence में किसके बारे में बात कर रहे हो, ठीक है, उसको बोलेंगे subject. That is the subject. और उसके बारे में, and whatever you are talking about that whom will be predicate. Means sentence में जिसके बारे में बात करेंगे वो subject, उसके बारे में जो भी बात करेंगे वो क्या है, predicate. So in this sentence of whom we are talking about she. Okay, we are talking about she. So she is the subject. And what we are talking about this she is that she eats an apple. So this entire becomes predicate. Understood? Now there is one more definition which is given of subject, that what is the subject? So many people also say that subject is the doer of an action. The doer of an action is called a subject. Now here a little problem is there with this definition of subject. Why? Let me give you one more example. Now see here. An apple is eaten by let me take one name, that is Sheetal. Okay, an apple is eaten by Sheetal. Fine. Now an apple is eaten by Sheetal. Clear? So now if you will be going according to the second definition, that is doer of the action is called subject. So what is the action over here? Action going on, that is eaten. Eaten is the action. Okay. Now who is the doer? Who is doing this action? Doer of the action. Okay, who is doing this action? So this action is done by Sheetal. So according to the definition, Sheetal becomes subject. but this is wrong because subject is apple. Fine, because subject always comes at the beginning of the sentence. Always comes at the beginning of the sentence. Fine. So always remember. So the first definition, that is what is subject, of whom you talk in the sentence, that is called as subject. So in this subject of whom we are talking is called as, we are talking about an apple. Okay. Now some students will be getting confused. Example like this one. Okay, yeah, she eats an apple. Now if I will be telling that in the sentence of whom we are talking, so some students might be thinking that we are talking about she, but some students might be thinking that we are talking about apple. Okay, so if the student is thinking she, we are talking about she, so she is the subject. Some students think that we are talking about an apple in the sentence, so an apple is the subject. So there is a confusion that sentence में किसके बारे में बात हो रही है? She की apple, she की apple. Are you understanding the question which can arise in any student's mind? So always remember that if in such that you are confused that in the sentence speaking about she or sentence speaking about apple, so always remember that subject always comes at the beginning. So obviously she is a subject, not an apple. Apple is not a subject, she is the subject. Clear? Because she subject always comes at the beginning of the sentence. Okay. Now leaving the subject, entire sentence is predicate. Leaving the subject, entire sentence is predicate. Clear? Entire sentence is predicate. You have to keep this in mind. Now number second, that is verb. One more term before coming to the topic we are going to clear, that is verb. Now what is verb? Now as you know that verb is not only an action word. Okay, that many students get confused that verb is just an action word. Three type of word can be called as verb. That is action word, an action word, a word which shows state of being, a word which shows an event. Okay, now example, action, you know, eat, talk, jump, run, walk, dance. Now these are action. Now words which show state of being are basically auxiliaries. Now auxiliaries are also verb. Auxiliaries are not only helping verbs, they are also main verb sometimes. Clear? When the subject, let me give you an example. Now see example. She is eating an apple. Okay, she is eating an apple. Now here subject is she. Now subject is doing an action, that is eating. So eating becomes verb. Now see, auxiliary is also there. So if subject is doing any action, that action word will become verb and auxiliary will become helping verb. Auxiliary will become helping verb. Now see here, she is honest. She is honest. Now what is subject over here? She. Now verb. Honest? No. Honest is an adjective. It is an adjective. So what remains? She. Okay. Because sentence is complete. Now sentence cannot be complete in its meaning unless we have one subject and one verb. Okay. One subject and one verb has to be present in the sentence to become meaningful and complete. Clear? So over here see, now she is subject, then is. Now what is is? Is verb. Is verb. Now here you won't be telling that is an helping verb. Is here it is main verb. Okay? Is here it is main verb. Here it was helping verb because she was doing an action. That action was the main verb. That action was main verb. Okay? Then if one main verb is there, then auxiliary becomes an helping verb. If subject is not doing any action, like in this example, subject is not doing any action. Fine? So the auxiliary verb only becomes the main verb. It becomes the main verb. Clear? If subject is doing action, then that action word becomes main verb and auxiliary becomes helping verb. Fine? And if subject is not doing any action, then auxiliary is only our verb. Am I clear? So this is verb. So you have to remember this. You have to remember this verb. Clear? Now coming to third one. That is object. That is object. Now what is an object? Now see over here. See in this example. Object is on which the action is performed. Object is the thing on which action is performed. Now see in this example. Which is the action word? Eating. On which thing this action is performed. ये एक्शन किसके ऊपर परफॉर्म किया गया है? किसके ऊपर? एप्पल के ऊपर, है ना? Eating is performed on apple. So an apple becomes object. It becomes object. Clear? So what is an object? Object is, example see here. Raj writes a letter. Okay, Raj is subject, write is verb. Now this action is performed on what? On what this action is performed? On letter. So letter becomes object. ठीक है? सब्जेक्ट एक्शन करता है, वो एक्शन जो चीज के ऊपर परफॉर्म होता है, जो चीज के ऊपर किया जाता है, उसको ऑब्जेक्ट बोलते हैं. ऑब्जेक्ट. Clear? And sometimes there are indirect object also. Sometimes there are indirect objects as well. So for that also you have to keep the thing in mind. Example see, a car injured. Let us take one name, Suleiman Bhai near bus stand. A car injured Suleiman Bhai near bus stand. Now in this, what is the subject? Okay, what is the subject in this sentence? Of whom we are talking? We are talking about car. So car becomes subject. If any confusion कि subject क्या है, किसके बारे में बात हो रही है, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, always remember subjects comes at the beginning of the sentence. Subject comes at the beginning of the sentence. So a car is the subject. Now what is the action going on over here? Car, ये कौन सा action कर रही है? तो injure करने का action कर रही है. तो injured is the verb. Okay. Now injury, ये जो action है injured करने का, ठीक है, injured करने का जो action है किसके ऊपर परफॉर्म हुआ है? सुलेमान भाई के ऊपर परफॉर्म हुआ है. तो सुलेमान भाई becomes object. Clear? Now see one more is there. Bus stand. One more noun is there. Bus stand. So what bus stand becomes? Indirect object. Okay? Indirect object. Clear? एक्शन से जो डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट पड़ रहा है, एक्शन का जिसके ऊपर डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट पड़ रहा है, तो डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट किसके ऊपर पड़ रहा है? इंजरी का डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट किसके ऊपर पड़ रहा है? ऑन व्हाट? इंजरी इज डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड टू व्हाट? सुलेमान भाई और बस स्टैंड. सो इट इज डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड टू सुलेमान भाई. अंडरस्टूड? डायरेक्ट इफेक्ट इज ऑन सुलेमान भाई, indirect effect is on bus stand. So on which the direct effect is there, that becomes direct object, and on which indirect object is there, that becomes indirect object. Clear? Indirect object. Okay. Now see one more thing you have to remember. Now sometimes what happens in verb in this, I forgot one more example, let me give you. Okay, sometimes what happens, there are two three verbs in the same sentence. Okay, let me give you an example. See, here only I am giving you example. Okay, example, she danced hard enough to beat her rival. She danced hard enough to beat her rival. Now see here, this is subject. Now see, in the sentence you are having two verbs. One is danced and another is beat, to beat. Both are verbs. तो अपने को कौन सा verb चाहिए? Understood? So see, sentence can have 2 verbs, 3 verbs, 4 verbs, 5 verbs. But if what we are concerned with is main verb. What we are concerned is with main verb. So which is the main verb? Main verb is the verb and action which is done by the subject. So tell me, the subject is performing which action? Danced or to beat? So see, clearly it is written she danced. She danced. वो नाची hard enough. बहुत अच्छा, बहुत मेहनत से to beat her rival, ताकि वो अपने राइवल को, कॉम्पिटिटर को हरा सके. तो उसने की क्या? वो नाची. She danced. Okay, so dance becomes our main verb. Are you understanding what I am telling? So there can be 2 or 3 verbs in the sentence, but we are concerned with main verb. So we have to identify which is the main verb. Clear? Hope so you are understanding. Okay. Now moving on to next point. That is now see, we have cleared our subject and predicate. We have cleared what is the verb. We have cleared what is the object. Now number 4, that is present participle and past participle. Present participle and past participle. Now for the time being, just remember that what is present participle and past participle. Present participle means verb plus ing. Example, writing, writing, walk, ing लगा दो walking, eat, ing लगा दो eating. So verb, ing attached to verb is called as present participle. Writing, eating, talking, walking, jumping, dancing, sitting, running, fighting, kicking, boxing. This all ing. Verb plus ing means present participle. Clear? Now, when it is used, this ing form of verb, when ing form of verb is used, that you have to remember. Okay? Whenever you have to show action, okay, that action is going on. Whenever you want to show that action is going on, मतलब action हो रहा है, चल रहा है, हो रहा है. So you have to put verb in ing form. Clear? Example, I am writing. मैं लिख रहा हूँ. तो मैं लिख रहा हूँ. Action is going on, no? So you have to put. So for this purpose you have to put verb in ing. I am writing. For continuous. Okay? For continuing you have to put verb in ing to show continuation. For showing continuation of action you have to put verb in ing. Same way it is past participle. Now what is past participle? Past participle means verb plus en or ed. Now see, generally after the verb en or ed is added to make it past participle. But it is not all, because there are few verbs in which without en and ed also past participle happens of the verb. Example, let me tell you. Now see, example, write. So its past participle will be written. See, en is added. Example, walk. Past participle will be walked. Clear? Now example, one more example, dance. Past participle will be danced. See, ed will be added. CEN. Example, see, break. This past participle will be broken. CEN. So there are many verbs in which en and ed is added to make it past participle. But there are also many verbs such as teach. Now its past participle is taught. Now over here, now see, no en is there, no ed is there, nothing is there, but this is also past participle of teach, taught. So generally after the verb, en and ed is added, but it is not always. Okay, there are many verbs, such as one example I have given you. Okay, there are many other verbs as well in which en and ed is not added to make past participle as well. Clear? So you have to be, you need to keep in mind these verbs. Fine? Teach, taught. Clear? No en, ed, then also it is past participle. Now see here, one thing you remember. See, there are many verbs whose past tense and past participle form, past tense form and past participle form, both are different. And there are many verbs whose past tense and past participle is the same. Example, see here. One example, let me give you. Example, see here. Now this is right. It is past tense. It is present tense. Wrote will be past tense. Now past participle will be written. See, past tense, past participle. This is past participle. This is past tense. See, past tense is different, past participle is different. Same way, see one more. Break. Past tense will be broke. Okay, and past participle will be broken. Clear? One more. See, eat. Past tense will be ate. Past participle will be eaten. See, past tense is different, past participle is different. But there are also many verbs whose past tense and past participle are same. Likewise, see one example I gave you over here. See, walk. Now walk is present tense. Its past tense will be walked and past participle is also walked. Dance, present tense. Danced, past tense, and past participle is also danced. Same. Like complete. See. Complete. Present tense. Its past tense will be completed and past participle will also be completed. See. Both are same. Past tense and past participle. So there are many verbs whose past tense and past participle are same. Clear? Am I clear? So these are the few terms, okay, few terms which you have to remember. Okay, just I was revising it before going to the topic, that is subject, what is subject and what is predicate. As I told you, जिसके बारे में बात होएगी उसको subject बोलेंगे, subject को छोड़ के बाकी पूरा sentence predicate होता है. Then coming to verb. Now what is the verb, which is the verb, that also I explained you. And we are concerned with main verb. Okay, if two or three verbs are there in the sentence, then we are concerned with main verb. We have to mark subject and main verb and then object if object is there. Clear? Subject, main verb. If main verb is there, if action is done by the subject, that action becomes main verb and auxiliary becomes helping verb. If there is no action done by the subject, okay, then our auxiliary the auxiliary itself becomes main verb. Clear? Then coming to object. Now as we know, object on which the action is performed, okay, the thing on which the action is performed is called as object. Now here action is going on of writing, on which it is being performed on letter, so letter becomes object. Here car is the subject, injury is been done. Now injury किसको हुई, चोट किसको लगी, किसके ऊपर एक्शन परफॉर्म हुआ चोट लगने का, सुलेमान भाई के ऊपर, तो सुलेमान becomes object. Clear? An indirect object. Now present participle, verb plus ing, okay, is present participle. Past participle, I told you past participle en or ed. Without en or ed, there are also many verbs. It is not only one. There are many verbs. In future I will be telling you. Okay. Now this also, that there are many verbs whose past tense and past participle is different, and there are also many verbs whose past tense and past participle both are same. Clear? I hope you have understood this much. Now coming to the topic that is active and passive voice. Okay. Now what is active and what is passive voice? Let us come. Now see, active and passive voice means telling the same thing in two different ways. Telling the same thing in two different ways. Example, Raj writes a letter. Raj writes a letter. A letter is written by Raj. ठीक है, मैंने खाया खाना, खाना मैंने खाया. So this is like that way only. Telling the same thing in two different ways. Okay, it is the same thing said in two different ways. That is active and that is passive. One is active and one is passive. Now you have to understand which is active and which is passive. Clear? Now in both, how you have to understand? How you have to understand? See, it is very easy. Now see the verb. What is the verb in this sentence? What is the verb in this sentence? First one, write is the verb. Clear? In this sentence, which is the verb? Written is the verb, right? Now tell me, who is performing this action? Who is doing this action? कौन कर रहा है? लिखने का काम कौन कर रहा है? राज कर रहा है. अच्छा, पहले आया है सेंटेंस में कि बाद में आया है? पहले आया है. So if the performer of the action is coming at the beginning, then it is active voice. It is active voice. Now here also see, action is going on. Written, है ना, लिखने का. Now who is doing this action? Who is doing this action? Here also Raj is doing the action. But where Raj is coming, at the beginning or at the end of the sentence? At the end of the sentence, it becomes passive voice. Clear? So identifying whether it is active or passive, you have to look, you have to see that who is the performer of the action. Whoever is performing, whether it is coming at the beginning or when it is coming at the end. If the performer is coming at the beginning, then it is active. If the performer is coming at the end, then it is passive. Clear? Active and passive voice. Now, let us understand that what is active and what is passive. Clear? Now, let me give you one more example. Okay. Now, see here. Let me give you one example of your type. Munna Hatela killed Babu Supari. Munna Hatela killed Babu Supari. Now tell me, what is the subject over here? Munna Hatela. Which is the verb? Killed. What is the object? Babu Supari. Okay. Now how you have to identify whether it is active voice or passive voice? So see the verb. Which is the verb? Killed. Who is killing? कौन मार रहा है? Who is killing? कौन मार रहा है? तो मुन्ना हटेला killed बाबू सुपारी. तो मार रहा कौन है? मुन्ना हटेला. So performer of the action is coming at the beginning of the sentence. So it is active voice. Understood? If the performer is coming at the beginning of the sentence, then it is active voice. Now see here. Another example. Babu Supari was killed by Munna Hatela. Clear? Now tell me, this is the subject in this sentence, this is the verb, this is the object. Clear? Subject, verb, object. You have to mark, you have to always first mark subject, verb, object. Whenever active passive question comes, first thing you have to do is mark subject, verb, object. That steps and all these things I will be coming on. I will coming to it later on. Okay, now see subject, verb, object. Now see here again we have to identify whether it is active or passive. So how you will be identifying? So see the verb, which is the verb that is killed. So who is killing? Now read the sentence. Babu Supari was killed by Munna Hatela. So who is killing? Who is killing? So Munna Hatela is killing. Babu Supari was killed. Babu Supari मर गया. किसने? बाय मुन्ना हटेला. तो मारा किसने? मुन्ना हटेला ने मारा. Understood? Babu Supari was killed by Munna Hatela. So who is killing? Munna Hatela is killing. So who is performing the action? Munna Hatela is performing the action. And where it is coming? It is coming at the end. So when the performer of the action is coming at the end, it becomes passive voice. It becomes passive. First understand what is active voice, what is passive voice, how you have to identify that the given sentence is whether it is in active or whether it is in passive. Later on we will be seeing how you have to convert active into passive. I hope that till here it is clear that which is active and which is passive and how you have to identify. Clear? I hope that it is understood over till here that how you have to identify active voice and passive voice. Okay, now let us come that how you will be converting the active into passive. Okay, and then how you have to convert passive into active, that we will be doing later on, and what are the rules involved in it. Only one rule we will be studying today and the rest of the rule we will be keeping for later lectures. Fine. Just basic rule first we will be seeing, then we will be seeing later on what are the different rules, that what is the rule of converting when there is modal auxiliary, what are the rules when the sentence is imperative, that is order, command or request is there in the sentence, how you have to change the voice. If there is modal auxiliary in the sentence, then how you have to change the voice. If there is modal auxiliary plus have in the sentence, then how you have to change the voice. So these all cases we will be keeping for later studies. First let us see the basic over here, that how you have to convert active into passive and passive active into passive. Just this much, active into passive. Okay, now see here. Now you have to understand one thing first, that for converting active into passive, the first thing which you have to do is you have to mark subject verb object. Okay, subject verb object. Why? Because always subject verb object becomes object verb subject from active to passive and from passive to active. What does this mean? See here, example. See here, subject, this is active voice, this is passive voice. Clear? Now see here, subject verb object. When I converted into passive voice, now see, object goes over here. Babu Supari was object, it came over here. Killed was verb remains in between. Munna Tela was subject, it became over here object. So see how it changed. Okay, subject verb object became object verb subject. So that is why you have to first mark subject verb object so that we can change it. See, Babu Supari come here, Munna Tela goes here, killed is in between, VV is in between, subject came here, object came here. Clear? See, that is why always you have to mark subject verb object. After marking subject verb object, second thing is you have to identify. You have to identify voice. Identify voice means what? Now these are the steps what we are talking about, solving steps. Okay, these you have to follow. Steps. Now second, identify voice. Now after marking subject verb object, you have to identify whether it is active voice or passive voice, whether it is active or passive voice. Understood? If after marking that this subject verb object, if you find that it is active, then we will be putting the rules that how you have to convert into passive. After marking subject verb object, if you find that it is passive, then we will be putting the rules of how to make it from passive to active. Understood? So very second step becomes that identifying the voice. After you have identified the voice, third step is that you have to identify the tense. Identify the tense. Why identify the tense? Because whenever according to the tense only you have to change from active into passive. Understood? Now passive voice, see, from active voice to passive voice if you have to change, you have to see the tense. Depending upon that tense, okay, you will be knowing that what auxiliary you have to put in passive voice. If you don't know the tense, then you won't be able to identify. See now example over here. Let me give you one example. See here. Raj writes a letter. See here. Now this, see, subject, verb, object. Clear? Now see, verb is going, action is going on. Who is doing the action? Raj. So performer of the action is coming in the beginning, means it is active voice. Let me do it passive. Okay. A letter is written by Raj. Clear? Got? See here. Now see one more example. Raj is writing a letter. Now its passive voice will be a letter is being written by Raj. Now if you will be seeing, see here. Here is not there, but I have put is. Here is there, I have put is. Here being is not there, but I have put being. So from where these all things are coming? And when being will become, when been will be coming, when had have will be coming, when has will be coming. Understood? So when these all things will be coming and when these all things won't be coming. So for that, this all things depends upon the tense of the sentence, the tense of the active voice. Now this active voice was in simple present tense. So the passive voice format is this. Understood? Depending upon the tense, the format of passive voice is decided. Now this was in present continuous tense. So in present continuous tense, the passive voice format will be this. This is the passive voice format for present continuous tense. For simple present tense, the format is this. Am I clear? So first you have to identify the tense of the sentence. After identifying the tense, you will be putting appropriate format. Now which tense has which format? Now let us see that. Which tense have which format? Okay. Now see here. I have written all the tenses over here. See here. Okay. Now this 4 deals with present, this 4 deals with past, this 4 deals with future. As you know, there's present tense, past tense, future tense. Inside it 4 tenses are there. That is simple present tense, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Same way in the past, same way in the future. Now see, present perfect continuous tense, perfect continuous, that is present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. These does not have passive voice. These does not have passive voice. So I have cut this. So now total 12 were there. Now it is left with 9. 3 from present, 3 from past and 3 from future. Now see, one example is there. Now any example, any question comes of active and passive voice. What you will be doing first? What you will be doing? First you will be marking subject, verb, object. After marking subject, verb, object, what you will be doing? You will be identifying voice. So after marking subject, verb, object, I identified that this is active voice. Then what is my next role? I will be identifying tense. So by looking at this sentence, I identified that it is simple present tense. Okay, simple present tense. So if the active voice is in simple present tense, so what will be the passive voice format? The passive voice format will be subject plus am, is, are plus past participle plus past participle. This will be the format. See here, subject plus am, is, are plus past participle. See here. Now see, object becomes subject now. So this is subject. Object becomes subject. SVO becomes OVS. Okay, object becomes subject. So our subject will be a letter. A letter subject. Am, is, are, is, then past participle. See, subject, am, is, are, past participle. Clear? Clear this thing? Okay. Now when am will be used, as you know, when the subject is I, then only am will be coming. If the subject is singular, is. If the subject is plural, are. What if it is present perfect, present continuous tense? So what will be the format? Subject plus am, is, are plus being plus past participle plus being plus past participle. This will be the format. Okay, let me give you an example. See here. Raj is the same example I am repeating. Raj is writing a letter. So what you will be doing, you will be marking subject, verb, object. Which is the voice? It is active voice. You have to do it in passive voice. Clear? Now which tense it is? It is present continuous tense. So what is present continuous tense? You will be using this format for making it passive. So subject plus am is also, so our subject will become, a letter will become subject. A letter, then am is are. So a letter is singular, so am is, then comes, see am is subject हो गया, am is are में is लगा दिए. अब क्या लगाएंगे? being, is, being, फिर क्या आ जाएगा? past participle. तो past participle किसका होता है? verb का होता है. तो writing का past participle क्या है? written. और आखिरी में क्या आ जाएगा? by राज. हो गया. a letter is being written by राज. ठीक है. तो सेंटेंस काय में था? हमारा एक्टिव वॉइस था. और कौन से टेंस में था? प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. तो हमने ये फॉर्मेट लगा के उसको क्या किया? पैसिव वॉइस किया. ऐसा चलता है. सो लेट मी राइट every format for you, then you can solve the questions. Now for present perfect tense, what will be the format? Subject plus haves, subject plus has have plus been plus past participle. Now for past it will be subject plus was, were plus past participle. Subject plus was, were plus being plus past participle. Subject plus had plus been plus past participle. Your future, subject plus will or shall. Now this here I am writing it short. It is will or shall. Will or shall. Okay, you know na, will or shall. I am writing it short because space is less. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus past participle. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus being plus past participle. See? Okay. Then yes, subject plus will shall plus have plus been plus past participle. So see, these are the formats. Clear? Now see, video will become very long if I will start giving you one example of this, and by using these formats if I will be solving. So what you do, okay, video will become very lengthy. Already it is around 43-44 minutes video it has become. So what you will be doing, see, as I took one example, Raj is writing a letter. Similar way, you took another example, you put you make it in past continuous tense here, like this way. Raj, past continuous tense. Raj was writing a letter. So it became in past continuous tense. Now you take this format, okay, and you convert this sentence into passive voice. So like this way you solve this, all the nine you make first sentence in these tenses, and then you put this formats and you solve it into passive voice. Clear? So I think so I have to stop my video over here. It is approximately, it has already reached to 45 minutes. Okay, this much lengthy video, I think so it's sufficient for now. I've just given you the basic, and this is the just the basic, that how you have to convert active into passive. Okay, let me just see these steps. You please follow these steps. Always take subject, verb, object. There are tricks also where you don't need to learn these 9 formats. There are tricks also. If I will be getting time, if I will be getting sufficient time and opportunity, I will be definitely be sharing that trick along with you, sharing that trick to you, okay, so that it becomes easy for you to solve the questions in regard to this topic. Now see, steps becomes very necessary, that is marking of subject, verb, object, then identify the voice and then identify the tense, and after identify the tense, once you have identified the tense, then what you have to do, you have to simply apply the apply format. Okay, once I have identified the tense, that in which tense it is, I will be directly applying the format and will be making it passive voice. Understood? So if the sentence is in active voice and it is in these tenses, so you have to make the passive voice using these formats. Clear? Chalo. Thank you.